New England Patriots rushed for 172. They gave up 5.5 yards a carry. And then to Burkhead, they gave up 5.2 yards a carry. They have to figure out how to get that fixed ASAP in order to win this game.
Marcus, if they plan on winning this football game, they can't have any more excuses. Don't talk about the rain and the weather. Don't care about who's stealing your signs or your signals or barking out what you do. Just play football. Don't allow those sort of things to get into your head, young fella, because if that happens, Lamar Jackson, you're going to be in trouble for a long time.
I'm going to go to the other team. And for the Tennessee Titans, two things. One, got to stop with the drops. The drops have become a part of this offense. And this offense needs those big playmakers to constantly make them. And so when Ryan Tannehill delivers that ball, A.J. Brown, Davis, the tight ends, Jonnu Smith, make those catches. And then also, let's get back to creating some big plays in this passing game. They're going to be needed this weekend against Baltimore.
Yeah, both the Titans and the Ravens enter this week's game struggling offensively, ranking in the bottom of the league in QBR and scoring offense since Week 7. Kind of shocking considering how they started the season. ESPN's Football Power Index favors Baltimore, giving them a 68% chance to win. Let's get to the Patriots. It's been an up-and-down season for the Pats, but Cam Newton and company got after those Ravens on Sunday night last week. Newton threw and rushed for a touchdown in some brutal weather in Foxborough, and the Pats finally got their run game going behind Damian Harris. It was New England's second straight win following a 4-game losing streak. So the Patriots certainly have some work to do to try and get to the playoffs. There's a chance, though. New England opened the season with a 56% chance to make it, according to FPI. After starting 2-1, that soared up to 75%, currently at 16%, largely impacted by that 4-game losing streak we talked about from weeks 4 through 8. The Pats' current 11-year run reaching the postseason, the longest in NFL history. So, Keith, that's what the numbers say, 16% chance right now. Is this a playoff team?
Oh, so I was that analyst you were talking about earlier.
I was talking about you. That's it. Yeah, spoiler alert. We've told everyone it was you.
Yeah, look, here's what I would say. Yes, they have an opportunity. The Bills still have to play the Dolphins. The Dolphins still have to play New England again. They all play each other. When you look at New England's schedule, they're 4-5 right now. They go to Houston. That's 5-5.
Okay.
Then you look at Arizona, a team coming from the desert to the dome, from the desert to a place where it's cold. Coming outside, it's totally different. Then you go to the Chargers. It's not a great football team, great young quarterback. They can't win that game. They may lose the Ram game. The Dolphins, they probably win that game. They know the Dolphins really well, even though the Dolphins are playing great. They had the Bills on the rope. Then they got the Jets. Outside of that, you can't tell me they can't win a number of those games and put themselves in playoff contention.
Dan, really fast. They FPI right there was saying 50% or better for, 6 of those? Look
right.
like.
You know the Bruce Arians gif when he's looking at the sidelines? That's when Keith said that they were going to beat the Rams. And
no, I didn't say beat the Rams. I said they're going to take an L to the Rams.
But then you were like, you're going to beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins, for
and if
sure.
they had the Chiefs, they'd beat the Chiefs.
No, I wouldn't say that, Dan. I'm not making stuff up, buddy.
Here's my thing. I don't see this. I think the Patriots are a good team, but they're not a playoff caliber football team. One, don't get caught up in that Ravens game too much. This was, no pun intended, the perfect storm. They're playing against a team that's been struggling offensively in Baltimore. They're playing against atrocious weather, and 2 starting defensive tackles were out of the football game. So, yes, if New England gets to play against that every week, where the offense is bad, 2 defensive tackles are out of that game to help the run, then I could see them getting to 7 or 8 wins.
I can't wait to see you Week 15.
Me too.
You're sitting here looking crazy.
I was the person in the preseason who told them they weren't going to be any good either.
Listen,
I'm just
we'll
telling
all be
you.
here week 15,
and here's my
so we
thing,
can see each other.
What about New England offensively do you think they're doing really well outside of 21 run with the fullback on the field? They're doing that well.
They've winning football games 2 in a row. They should have had 3 in a row. If Cam doesn't fumble, it's probably 3 in a row.
But I
don't care about statistics. I care about the W's at the end of the day.
Yeah, but for you to say they should have had 3 in a row, I could very easily say they should have lost the Jets.
No, you could. You could say that.
Right.
But it didn't happen, is all I'm saying.
Sure.
So, Marcus, either way, it is a game of inches most of the time. What do you think about the Patriots?
They ain't going to no damn playoffs. I don't know what she's talking about.
Okay,
they ain't making no playoffs with that anemic offense that they have. I'm looking at these games, and I understand the logic. They lost a close one to Seattle, and they played Kansas City down to the wire. The bottom line is this. That production from that offense is not going to give you enough wins to get into the playoffs, especially with these teams. They not gonna, based on what we're watching now. Now something could change, or it could be some injuries happen or whatever. Based on what we're watching now, they not beating the Bills and they not beating Miami. That's number one. So that's their division. They can take them off the board. The Rams are out there, and might I add, don't sleep this weekend on the Houston Texans.
Preach.
Don't think that that's just going to be a layup for this football team, especially we've seen some of the deficiencies that they have defensively with Deshaun Watson walking in. I don't believe it. Like, Key, I'm with you. You believe it. That's your thing. You stand on it. Based on what I've watched from the New England Patriots, I don't think it's sustainable enough for them to make a playoff run with how bad they are offensively.
I do think that they can, and I think when you look at the situation within the division, they're not far behind. You guys, they will be 5-5 after Sunday.
They're far behind the Bills.
They're not far behind. I understand you like the Bills and you like Josh Allen. They had them on the ropes. They should have closed that game out. All I'm going to say is I will see you week 15.
Bet.
And I will remember this day.
Bet.
Hey,
More egg on the face.
I'm going to wear a Dolphins or a Bills jersey.
Hey, here. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. And listen, you'll be wearing a Patriots jersey. Either way, the good thing is the tape is there, so we'll be able to find out who's right and who's wrong.
I don't know why I picked 15.
I don't know. But you did mention Josh Allen. He's been on the Dan wagon. Key, it's time for your favorite part of the week.
Okay.
Come on, Key!
Dan wagon!
All right, here's the thing, though, Key. You're going to like the Dan wagon this week, though, because we all know we've had some hits, Key, right? Like, you talked about Herbert pre-haircut. That's a good thing. Someone balled out the other night on Monday Night Football. Last week we put McLaurin. I'm not going to give away who we're going to put up this week. Maybe I'll put them on my face, right? I'm not going to give away who we're going to put it on this week. I'll only say this, Key. You're going to like it because we're going to something a little bit more of a warm weather climate, okay? I know you